Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the RSR Video Email Bag Show. Now here's the man with the fedora, the pinky ring, and the New York thing, your host, Bad Brad Berkowitz. Forget about it.
Out of the tree of life, I just picked me a plum. You came along and everything started into hum. Still, it's a real good bet, the best is yet to come.
Hey folks, good morning from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, soon to be Happy New Year, and all that great stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks. Forget about it. Can you believe 2016 went by like that? Forget about it. We did a lot of shows. I was looking at the channel, forget about it. And we had shows on top of shows on top of shows. Now, before we get into your great questions today, make sure you subscribe to the Ringside Report web TV channel by hitting that freaking button in the top right corner. Forget about it. We are up to, drum roll, 684 subscribers. 16 more subscribers, 16 more. And you win a personally autographed picture by the one, the only, Larry, the Eastern Assassin Holmes, the heavyweight champion of the world from 1978 to 1985. And like I said, the jab that he had, that's not Aaron Pryor, which could be Aaron Pryor too. You know, the Hawk did that. God rest his soul. We will pick a winner randomly from the United States or overseas, and we will get that out to you, personally signed to you. So make sure you subscribe. Now, if you want to be on my next show, very easy to do. Forget about it. All you got to do is send your questions in to Ringside Report 2014 at gmail.com. Again, that's Ringside Report 2014 at gmail.com. Now, whether you agree with my answers or you don't agree, or you want me to run for president in 2020, or you want me to take over the Homeowners Association in your subdivision, forget about it, because you know that I don't play. We can do that too. And if you want me to, just leave a comment at the bottom of this video. Okay? In the comments. Leave them down there. As long as you're respectful, we'll have no problems. But if you want to be disrespectful, forget about it. You hockey pucks, as my man Don Rickles says, will be dealt with accordingly. All right. Now, without further ado, let's get into your questions. Forget about it. First question up this AM. Bad Brad, love the show, brother. I just watched your post-fight wrap-up from Trey's fight this weekend, and it's so refreshing to have someone pull no punches and point out the good, the bad, and sometimes the ugly in our great sport. Keep doing your thing. What was your take on Joshua versus Molina, and your thoughts on Klitschko and AJ getting it on April 29th? Merry Christmas to you and yours, Danny P. from Brunswick, Maine. Well, Danny P., same to you, happy holidays, pal. And a reminder, when you do send in your questions, put where you're from, city and state. We'll never say your last name, but city and state I like people to know because, you know, all we know, you might know someone there and they'll be, hey, he was on the show too, forget about it. All right, so Danny P. from Brunswick, Maine. What were my thoughts? Well, first of all, thank you for the compliments. I greatly appreciate them. What were my thoughts on Joshua versus Molina? Forget about it. I called it. There's no such thing as a bum. I'll never say a bum. But I knew Molina was going to get bombed out of there. It was a weak title defense. I know he had a fight fall through, so they had to pick someone at the last minute. I knew it was going to be a really easy fight for AJ. Did it prove anything? No. I still believe that AJ is going to be the face of the division. I believe he can beat Deontay Wilder. I believe he can beat Joseph Parker, who just won the WBO heavyweight championship against Andy Ruiz this past weekend. And I believe that on April 29th, did you ask me about that? Yeah, you did. On April 29th, I think Klitschko's long in the tooth. I think he's shot, okay? But I will give you this. I got to tell you, the spiel when Klitschko got in the ring, was he not animated? Folks, have you ever seen Klitschko like that? Usually he's... Him and Vitaly put you to freaking sleep like Nyquil or whatever. NyQuil. I got it right. Nyquil. Same freaking thing. So I made up a generic brand. But they'll put you to sleep in the night like NyQuil. Sleep medicine. Oh my God, they're born. I don't know who got with Vladimir. Maybe it's his wife. Was it Hayden Panettiere? Whoever it is. A little short girl who's like 4'11", his 12 feet tall. But he was great. Actually, he was hilarious in the ring, and he really was. And AJ and him, I went back and forth. It was great. I think AJ is going to knock Vladimir Klitschko out. I hope the fight does happen April 29th. There's no injuries. Good fight on paper. Does it cement legacies or anything like that? No, because I think Vladimir Klitschko is way past his prime. Tyson Fury made easy work of him. So I'm going with a knockout. Joshua. I'm going to closer to the fight. I'll pick a round. I got to see how things go in training for both of these guys and what I'm seeing and what I'm, hearing, more what I'm seeing. And then I'll make a round prediction somewhere. But I'm picking knockout Joshua over Klitschko. I think it's going to be a fairly easy fight for him. All right. Danny P from Brunswick, Maine. Again, happy holidays to you, pal. Next up, Bad Brad. Forget about it. Many have said, and famous mugs too, but nobody owns it like you do, buddy. They can, as you say, forget about it. I just watched Terence Crawford beat the hell out of John Molina, who was no easy foe in my book. Hey, did you see OG Warren Buffett there in the cheap seats? How can you not love a guy like that? So with TC's win, where does he go next? Tony S. from Pompano Beach, Florida. Oh, the people are writing in from Florida. Well, Tony S. Yes, I did see Warren Buffett. Way, yeah, you can't even see. Up in the cheap seats. How can you not respect him? He didn't want everybody around him, and he waved. Not a millionaire, a billionaire, and not a fake one. That's a zinger. Figure out who I'm talking about. Terence Crawford looked fantastic against John Molina. I disagree with him. No, he shouldn't get Fighter of the Year off of John Molina. John Molina, Jr., good fighter, got power, but he beat him from pillar to post. I don't know if John shot. He may be. He's been in a lot of wars, and I don't like to see fighters get beat up like that constantly. They wind up getting brain damage. But where does he go next? He called out Pacquiao. He'd like to fight Pacquiao. He says Pacquiao because obviously he's a name and you make money with Pacquiao. But Pacquiao is way past his prime. I don't care what he did in his last fight. Big deal. I'd like to see him fight, Adrian Broner. I think Adrian probably a welterweight, but they could get a catchweight, or he could fight him at junior welterweight. I'm sure Adrian could make it. He could move down if he wanted to. But where does he go next? Maybe up to 147. And then great fight. Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia. Got a lot of great customers up there. I think he's got more competition at 147 than he does 140. But Terence Crawford is a heck of a fighter, undefeated. I think he's a classy guy, and I think he's getting better and better and better. And as the competition goes up, we're going to see just how great he is. I think he's a damn good fighter, but he needs to fight some tougher competition. Though he's had some, but he needs to continue to fight those tough guys to cement his legacy. All right, folks, on the Legacy Cement Q, we're going to take a short commercial break. Hey, folks, this is Bad Brad Burkwick, the host of the RSR Video Email Bag Show, Forget About It. And I want to talk to you about an exciting opportunity to advertise or sponsor on my show. If you're interested, send serious business inquiries to Ringside Report 2014 at gmail.com. Again, that's Ringside Report 2014 at gmail.com. Forget about it.
Excuse me?
What?
Aren't we supposed to be doing a shoot for your book ad?
Yeah, but I'm reading right now. I'm reading an interview in my book with James Quick Tillis, and I tell you what, I didn't realize I did a heck of an interview.
And
I guess we do need to do this book ad.
yeah.
Hey folks, here's the book. Boxing Interviews of a Lifetime by the man with the fedora, the pinky ring, and the New York thing. Me. Forget about it. Alright, there it is on the back. Okay, and on the front. Now how do you order this book? You go to authorhouse.com and you'll pick it up wholesale. You'll save a few fazools. Forget about it. But if you want to go to Amazon or Barnes & Noble, you can do that too. You're just going to pay retail that way. Now, for all the folks that ask me, yes, I will take this book here if you mail it to me and cover postage and handling to Tulsa and to wherever you live in the world. I will personally autograph your book. Again, Boxing Interviews of a Lifetime by the man with the fedora, the pinky ring, and the New York thing. Forget about it. Bad bread out. All right, folks, we're now back. And if you forgot who I am, and you're living under a rock, or you went to the moon, or you went out in the woods, or wherever the hell you've been, I'm the man with the fedora, the pinky ring, and the New York thing, Bad Brad Berkman. Forget about it. And this is another RSR video email bag show, where I take your questions, I never cherry pick, and I answer them. Again, make sure you subscribe in that upper right-hand corner. Hit that button and subscribe, and leave the comments below. Whether you love me or you hate me, or again, you want me to run for president of the HOA or president of the United States or whatever you want me to do, forget about it. Just leave your comments and I'll answer them. Be respectful. Don't be a hockey puck. If you're a hockey puck, I'm going to hit you out past the goal into the upper stands. You can hit the guy playing the accordion. Where is that from? The great 1977 movie with Paul Newman, Slapshot. I love Paul Newman. When they hit the puck and it hit the guy that was playing the organ and the toupee on his toupee flew off. Frickin' hilarious. All right, folks, let's get to the remainder of your questions this AM. Next up, Bad Brad. I was very sold on Joseph Parker until this weekend against Andy Ruiz. Sure, he won, but he should have taken out the flabby but talented Ruiz, or at least boxed him, coming in with wider scores. I think he won, but would not argue if Ruiz got the nod either, and had it been on American soil, he may have very well gotten it. What are your thoughts now on Parker? James R. from Miami, Oklahoma. Oh, my homeboy from Miami, Oklahoma. Well, James R., first of all, I agree with you, pal. Ruiz was flabby. I know he's talented, and I said that. People misconstrue what I said when I said he was out of shape. Okay, out of shape, I know he won 12 rounds. What I meant by that was he was flabby. I think he should have been in better shape. But hey, not everybody's going to be built like a brick shithouse like Deontay Wilder. So, I know he's skilled, but he lost, and it was a close fight. I'm no longer sold on Joseph Parker as much as I was. I still think he's a good fighter. But I'm not sold until he steps up in competition, because he could have had an off night. In fairness to all fighters, even the greats had off nights. Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler. Fighters have off nights. So you can't always judge them by one fight. Let's see what happens when he defends against a credible opponent, and then I will reserve my judgment at that time. He's the champion of WBO, which, I don't care about the World Bogus Organization. I don't care about any titles. I think they're all bullshit. But I do understand how fighters want to be a champion and have a belt. So I respect that aspect of it. But with their rankings and all that, I think they absolutely suck. All right, there's the answer to your question. Last question of the show. Bad Brad. I watched the Joshua fight, and they also showed this, this new woman fighter, Katie Taylor, who looked good in busting up and winning against her opponent. With her on the scene and Clarissa Shields, do you think women's boxing can finally break into mainstream boxing? Pauline F. from Stamford, Connecticut. Oh, I love when the ladies write in, especially knowledgeable ladies. I actually saw that fight too. It was on a replay of the, I shouldn't say on a replay. I watched it, I DVR'd it, on the opening on Sky TV or Sky Sports of the Joshua fight. She is talented, okay? She's a lightweight. Clarissa's the junior middleweight. Now, Katie is, I believe, 30 years old, so she's kind of older to be starting a career, but she's got some name value. Clarissa Shields, two-time Olympic champion. Now she's, I believe, 21 years old, so obviously she's going to have more longevity. I think they're great for women's boxing. I used to cover women's boxing in the early 2000s, but I'm going to be honest. I don't think women's boxing will ever break into the mainstream unless they put it on TV more, which will help it, but I don't think it still will ever break into the mainstream. I think you still have people out there that have no interest in it. The rap that it got, I shouldn't say rap that it got, I feel where it didn't do well by its own hand back in the day was they put ladies on TV that couldn't fight for the most part. I mean, you had Christy Martin, but there was only so many Christy Martins. There was only one. Lucia Riker, who were great fighters, okay? But they didn't get TV time like they should have. You had a Brenda Rouse, who was a fighter from Bartlesville, Oklahoma, here. They didn't get the TV time that they deserved, okay? I know Christy Martin got some, but they put fighters on that couldn't fight, the Frida George Foremans. And I know Layla Ali got exposure, but look, Layla Ali never fought Ann Wolfe, so you can't tell me she was the greatest female fighter that ever lived. Ann Wolfe was, period. Pound for pound in the women's boxing. Now, I still don't feel it'll ever break mainstream boxing. It's just not going to. They're not ready for it. I don't think they'll ever be ready for it. Women will do better in the UFC because they're promoted better, and for some reason, their fans follow women in UFC better than they do women's boxing. So it is what it is. All right, folks, one more time. Make sure you hit that button in the top right corner and subscribe to the RSR Web TV channel. I greatly appreciate each and every one of my viewers, whether you subscribe or not. I hope that you do, but I appreciate each and every one of you, whether you do or you don't. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. We'll have some more shows before Christmas, but just in case, a Merry Christmas and a soon-to-be Happy New Year to you and yours and all of your family members. Special message to all the troops in the United States and all around the world. I respect you, ladies and gentlemen. I love you, and I have your back 100%. Now, also, don't forget to check us out on ringsidereport.com. We have a great team of writers there. As well, I'm on Facebook. We have a Ringside Report Facebook forum with over 23,000 members. Okay? Paul Forbes, I know you're watching this, pal, who came up and said he can't believe the numbers that keep going up and up. We got such a great forum because we got people like you, Paul, in our forum. Great guys like you, okay? And I appreciate and I enjoy seeing you at the fights. Can't wait to see you again there, I think in February. As well, again, down below, leave comments. I love hearing from you, good, bad, or indifferent. As long as you're not a hockey puck, you can have a difference of opinion. I respect everybody's opinion. Okay, folks? And remember, 700 subscribers, you win that Larry Holmes personally autographed picture. And on that note, that's another RSR. What is it called? RSR Video Email Bag Show in the can. And as Frank Sinatra sang so eloquently, like he does in the opening of my show, the best is yet to come. Bad Brad out.